Hi, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Salesforce real-time scenario series. Today we are going to discuss in this video how to set up for the GitHub with the Visual Studio and connecting with to our Salesforce. So every day in real time we are working with to the GitHub, right? What we have the developed that code we are pushed to the GitHub. What are our changes? Just like our deployments, how we are going to deploy our code to the GitHub. Okay, for the every project, every client mostly using to the GitHub in the real time also most of the projects companies we are using to the GitHub. Right. So how we are going to set up by the GitHub and how to integrating to the GitHub to the Visual Studio and how to send by the our Salesforce code to the GitHub. Let's check it by the step by step in this tutorial. So come to the here steps. First step is the we are need to install by the Git into our local machine. So download and install onto the Git. After that, if you have the Git account already, you can ignore by the second step. Otherwise, you can create by the new GitHub account. I will show you how we are going to create the new GitHub account also. Okay. After that, you can install the GitHub for the desktop. So this for the easier to we can maintain our repositories. Okay. Our changes daily, deployments daily, we can publish to our code, right? It is very easy to handle to the with the GitHub desktop. So we can install by this one as well. And next is the we can sign into the GitHub onto the desktop after installation successfully completed by the desktop GitHub. We can log into our credentials. If you have the GitHub account, we can ignore. Otherwise, you can able to create a new GitHub account. That credentials too, you can log into the GitHub desktop. And after that, you can sign in with to the your Visual Studio as well to the GitHub. Okay, GitHub credentials too. We can log into the our Visual Studio. Okay, after that we can create the one project. Same like we initially we are going to create the project, right, for connecting to our Salesforce. So here you can create the one project here with a manifest. Okay, and after that we can publish by this project what we are created. When the project is the created, some folder structure will be the created, right? That folder structure we are going to publish to the GitHub initially. Okay, so then after we can create the repository based on this folder. We can create by the one repository. We don't have any repositories, right? Initially, we can create by the one repository. So based on that repository, so we can store the all our files in that repository. Store the all the files. Okay, so let's come to the next. After creating the publishing the our project, we can create the one branch. Actually, we have the main branch. That main branch too we can create by the one sub branch. Why? Because every release we have to be separated by the one branches. Like depends upon to the client, weekly wise deployments or monthly wise or every 15 days we have the some kind of the releases. Depends upon to the client requirement, we are creating the one release branch. So here multiple people's working, right? All will be the pushing to our code into that release branch. For example, in the next month is our release on 15th. So now onwards, what we have developed or what we are working on to the user stories, that code we are moving into the next month 15th branch. So that branch will be the publishing by the deployment team. Okay, that's why in this branch initially created by the one release branch, that branch is actually created by the deployment team. But here we are creating our side for the testing purpose. We are not take care by the create by the actually release branch in the real time. That will be the take care by the deployment team. But as for the our understanding purpose, we can create the here release branch. After that, we can create by the so after creating the release branch, sorry guys. So after releasing by after creating by the release branch, we can come back to the desktop repository. In that we can open by the our branch or our release, sorry, our repository. What we have the created new repository, right? That repository we can open. After that, we can select by our release branch. In that branch too, we can add it by the our changes, what we are adding our changes. Then finally, we can publish by the our changes and commit it to the GitHub. So after that, we can create the PR, that is called the pull request. The shortcut form we are calling to the PR. Okay, after creating the PR, so we can add it by to the reviewers. Okay, reviewers can review our code. Then everything is fine. So we can submit to the PR. Then reviewers can review it and approve that one. Once they can approve that, we can merge it to the our code. We can merge it to the our code. Okay, let's see the step by step how we are going to do the step 1 onwards. Let's come to the step 1, install by the Git. So search within Google, install Git for Windows. So you can select by the here anyone, just you have to download by the Git as for the your systems, Mac or general Windows. So here come to the here. So here you have to install by the depends upon to the your system. For the Windows or Mac is the different. You can install by the Mac. That is the Git installation first step. Once you click on the here download, it will be downloaded. You double click onto that, then will be installed by the in your system Git. So after that, create a Git account. If no one has the Git account, you can create by the Git account. You can create by the Git account. So how we are going to create the Git account? So already I have, just I will show you how we are going to create the Git account. So Git sign up. So GitHub sign up, sorry. So click on to the here, your screen will be the appear like this. Okay. So enter by the here valid email address. Okay, you can enter by the your valid email address. Just I am giving to the Abhignya Technologies. So something I am giving to the 222. I am not creating. This is dummy email. Okay, just I am giving to checking purpose you. So I will showcase purpose to I am creating the like this. So once you click on to the continue, it will ask by the password. You can create by the your password here. So again, click on to the continue. After that, you can enter by the your GitHub name. You can give it by your GitHub name. So my GitHub name is the Abhignya GitHub. I am giving to the like this, my name. Okay. So this is the my GitHub name. Okay. Click on to the continue. So I think we can give it. So GitHub. Alphanumerics only. It's not taking by the underscore. So 1, 2, 3. It's showing something. So it's available. Now it is showing now like this. You can give it by the your username. This is our GitHub name. This is our GitHub name. Click on to the continue. So this will be the appear by the once you are login to the application, this name will be the appear. This is the your GitHub username. Click on continue. Then you can verify the your account. After the verify the your account, okay, here you can get it by the some images, right? You can complete by your verification. After that, you will get by the one password OTP. That OTP will be received by the your registered email address. What you are giving the email address now, that email address, GitHub will be the sent to the one-time password. That one-time password you can enter by the here. Okay. So then once you can verify and one-time password is done, your account will be the successfully created. Your account will be the successfully created. Okay. So after completion of the this account creation, you can appear by the screen like this. I already logged in my GitHub account. So like this screen will be the appear. So here you go to the home page or dashboard something. So here initial SFDC projects GitHub. Now this is the my name. Earlier we are giving to the Abhignya 222, right? This is the our repository name. Our GitHub name. SFDC projects GitHub. This is the our projects names. So here you can go to the initial. It's showing now. This is the our name. What we are enter the name, right? That name will be the appear here. In that name, we can create by the repositories, different repositories. We can able to create multiple repositories. Okay. So this is the next step. After creating the account, you can able to check it by the your account. After that, install the GitHub desktop. So after login to the application, here only the directly sometimes it's showing to the here if you're not created by the any branch or something. A desktop setup option here will be the showing. Otherwise, you can install by the directly from the Google also. Install desktop GitHub. So install by the your desktop application. So download here. Once you can download, it will be the downloaded by the application. You can install. Already I installed. Once you have the installed, icon will be the appear by the like this. Icon will be the appear by the like this. In the real time also appear by the same like this. Okay, icon will be the appear by the like this. After that, after you have to successfully install, icon will be the appear. You can sign into the your desktop, login with to the GitHub account. Okay, GitHub account you can log in. So after login, double click on this, it will ask by the credentials actually. After install successfully, it will ask to the login credentials. Actually, at present, it's not showing asking to me. Why? Because already I logged into the this desktop application. That's why it's not asking to me. Okay. If you are not logged in earlier, it will ask by the your GitHub credentials. You can give it with GitHub credentials. Okay, that is the next step. So fourth step is done. After come to the sign into the GitHub into Visual Studio. In Visual Studio, I will show you how to sign into the GitHub. So let's open by the your Visual Studio. Okay. So open by the Visual Studio. Click on to the here icon. Click on to the here icon. So already I logged into the this GitHub. That's why here directly showing I'm sign out by that present. So here will ask to you sign into the GitHub, use the account. Okay. Sign in with the GitHub account. Use here. Click on to the here. Enter by the your password. So here it is showing the username. Username already we discussed that username will be appear by the here. Click on to the continue. So same like it will ask to the when you are logged from the desktop application also. Desktop application also it will ask by the same screen. So okay, click on to the authorize Visual Studio. So here enter by your password, what you are creating a password, that password you can give it. So it will open to the Visual Studio successfully. After this, you back to the your Visual Studio. See here successfully logged in. See here again showing now. Again, it will showing by the successfully we logged into the GitHub. Okay, this is the next step. This is the this step sign into the desktop application is done. Sign into the GitHub into the Visual Studio. So next step is the create a project with the manifest. Create a project with the manifest. So I'm going to open by the one more Visual Studio here. So let's come to the here. One more tab I am opening, one more window. Another Visual Studio I am opened. Here too you can log in. Okay. Already you logged in here showing by the your Visual Studio name. Sorry, GitHub name. So it takes some time to loading a new window we are opened. See here, it is showing right. So now here you can create a project with manifest. Create a project with manifest. So again, I'm showing Control Shift to P. Control Shift B, create a project with manifest. You can create, select by the standard. So here you can give it by the Abhignya GitHub. I am giving to the GitHub. This is the my project name. It's not only the related to the GitHub, it is the my local project name. So click on to the enter. You can choose by the your respective place where you want. You can select by the that place. Okay, I'm selecting by the in this your local machine where you want in that directory in that for Salesforce connection, right? Project wise. So this structure will be the created. This is the our project. Okay. So after creation of the project, so create a project with manifest completed, right? So publish to the project to the GitHub. Publish the project to the GitHub. Okay. So now here how we are going to publish to the our project. Let's come to the here. We are created by the our new project. This is right. Abhignya underscore GitHub is the our project. So now here we are going to publish by the this folder structure and as well as to the we can create the our repository. So click on to the here source option showing now here. Click on to the source option, right? Once you click on to the here, it will asking to the publish to GitHub. Publish to the GitHub. Okay. So here you can click on to the publish to the GitHub. It is asking to the you can able to create the private repository or public repository. Private repository or public repository. Private repository means our personal use, we can use it directly. Public means anyone able to see by the our GitHub. Okay. So I'm going to choose by the private repository. Before going to select the private repository, here we can come to the GitHub. So at present, here not showing the that is the our GitHub. Okay. These are all the my existing repository. Now we are going to create the Abhignya underscore GitHub. That repository will not be the showing by the here. Okay. So now here we can select by the GitHub private repository. We can come to the our Visual Studio, select by the this one. So publishing to the creating the first commit. This is the first commit, right? So it is created by the one repository. It will take some time. Okay, you can wait for the that time. It will take some time. And come to here, you have to observe when you are publishing na here showing the branch symbol and it is the main branch. Main branch. Okay. From the main branch to we are creating by the sub branches. So here you have to observe repository successfully created. Let's come to the here at present not showing na 4 only showing. Okay, let's refresh by the page. See here, Abhignya repository is the created successfully. Let's click on to the here. That folder structure will be the appear by the here. In our Visual Studio, what is the folder structure na? This folder structure will be the populated. Our folder structure will be the populated by the here. This is the our main branch, means main code. Okay. So this is the publishing to the next step. Created the repository and published by the our pull request. This is the created. So now here in the main branch too, we are creating the our release branch. From the main branch, don't push the always our changes to the main branch. Main branch always keep it as the standard wise only. Do not touch to the main branch. Okay. So now here under this we can create by the one branch. So for example here click on to the branches na branch symbol. Click on to the branch. How to create by the new branch. Okay. So here click on to the new release branch. From the main branch to we are creating the release branch. So here release or something. That is the client to each client will be followed by the different naming conversions. Okay. So here we are going to followed by the release Jan 2025. Okay, this is the our release branch name. So if you February month, February 2020. So it depends upon to the client, they can define by the this branch. Actually, this branch will be the created by the deployment team. We are not create this one. What they are created the release branch. In that branch, we can push to the our changes actually. But now here we are creating the, our own release branch. Click on to the create new release branch. See here successfully created by the our branch. New branch will be the created. Just like the cloning to the main branch to this one. Okay. So this is the next step. Create the new release branch. Then add to the repository to the your desktop. Next step is the after setup by the GitHub and GitHub release branch is created. Let's come to the your desktop application. This is the our desktop application now. So here, sorry, here you can add it by the your repository, newly created repository. Click on to the add. Click on to the add existing repository. Already we are created right repository or project that you can able to add it by the here. Click on to the add. Choose from the your local system. Already we are created right. So Abhignya GitHub. This is the we are created. You can select by the this is the our repository. Add to the repository. So what we are added? Sorry, I think we are selected by the wrong one. So that's why so many changes showing to me. This is only right. We are selected. Correct only we are selected actually. Why these many changes showing? Let me check it one more time. Add repository. Choose repository. GitHub. Select. Add repository. So 491 changes. I'm not sure why it is showing, and our repository also showing this one. Same showing Abhiram. I think already existing one. That's why might be it showing to me. So actually Visual Studio, this is showing to the our name. This is the different. This is the different. I'm going to remove these all. So here already we have right. We can select by the our repository is this one. So here we can choose. So this is the our local system. Let me show you. Add local repository. Click on to the here. Click on by the here. We can select by the our local repository. Okay, sorry, this is the new one. This is the existing one. Existing, this is that's why we are confused. Okay, that's why we are selecting the existing one. This is the new one. Okay, so click on to the select, add to the repository. My bad, with the same name already earlier I have for the existing students. That's why it's problem. So this is the our new one. Okay, now it's created the new one. Okay, it is appear by the here. So here you click on to the here, just you can go to the add, you can select by the your repository. Okay, simply you can select naming conversion, both are same. That's why I selected by the wrongly earlier. That's why so many changes it's showing. Now here it's not showing by the any changes, right? Then come to the here after appear by the your repository name. Let's come to the here. So fetch from the origin. So actually here it's not showing the release branch, right? Already we are created one release branch. That branch is not showing. So fetch origin. So now come to the here. See here. Release John branch will be the appear to the our local desktop system. So now you can select by the here. So from this branch, we can create by the our sub branch. So I worked on to the one Apex class or one LWC component or one trigger or I worked on to some flows or anything. So I want to push the my changes to the Git now. Up to now, what we have to set up now that will actually set up by the client side or our system team will be the setup. Now onwards, what we are going to discuss now, our daily rotation, daily life, we are doing the this one routine. Daily we are creating the one new branch that is publishing by the our changes. We are publishing to the our changes. So let's come to the here. We can create by the release branch. Don't select by the main branch. Release branch. Under the release branch, you can select by the new branch. Here you can careful to select by the release branch. By default, it's showing the main branch. Don't select by the main branch. You can select by the release branch. Okay. From this release branch, you can give it by the your user story number. So in Jira board or Azure DevOps or depends upon to the client, we are using the different boards, right, for the tracking. So if you are working on to some Jira story number, you can give it. My story number is the US. So 789, I'm giving to the my user story number here. So easy to tracking purpose also later. That's why you can give it by the your story number and your team name. What is the your team name? Okay, so my team name is the Abhignya team. Okay, so like this you can give it by the your team name, user story name, team name, easy to tracking purpose. So let's click on to the create branch. So after creation of the your branch will be the appear by the like this here. Then you can click on to the open in Visual Studio. This branch you can open to the in the Visual Studio. Click on to the here open in Visual Studio. It will open by the in the Visual Studio. See here, your branch name will be automatically populated. Same branch created from the from this branch, Abhignya GitHub or release branch, right? Sorry, from the release branch to we are created by the one new branch. So now here we can add it by the our components. For example, I worked on to the one Apex class. So how to add it by the our Apex class? So this is the our local arc. Okay, means our continuously regularly we are working on to the our local Salesforce arc to connection, right? That arc. So let's come to the my classes. So for example, here I'm going to select by the contact class. This is the I worked on the as for the story. So you can copy by the class name and metadata XML file both. So you can select by the both, right click onto the here, copy. This is the new classes, not for the existing classes. If the new classes, you can select by the these two new classes. These two new classes means, sorry, this class is not existing in the repository. This class not existing in the repository, you can copy by the whole class. Now you are copying. Now let's come to the your branch Visual Studio. You can open by the two Visual Studios parallelly. You can open by the two Visual Studios parallelly. So let's come to the this one. Now come to the here. Force classes is there na. In the classes, right click. In the right click, you can paste it by the your classes. At present, before pasting, here we don't have the any classes. See here, I clicked on the here. We don't have the any classes. Now right click here, paste it. Now we have the pasted by the two new classes. See here, it is showing the update version also here. This is the new change, right? It is showing the update. Okay. So now untracked this one, we need to update or untracked this one into the repository. After this, you are added by the class back to the desktop application. So what are the changes you are added automatically populated by the here? Automatically populated by the here. These are all the new two Apex classes. No? These two new Apex classes will be the added by the here. This is the newly classes, right? It's showing the different color. Okay, it is the whole new class. If might be you did the some changes, that line only is showing by the separate color. I will show you that one also. Now this is the, we are added by the two new Apex classes, sorry, new Apex class with the two files, with the two files. Let's come to the here again back to the my Visual Studio, means our regularly working on the Visual Studio. Let's take it by the any one of the lightning web component. So for example, this is the, we are using the any Apex class or something, it might be. So these are all we are existing classes. So, okay, let me take it by the bundle, case records. Okay, this is the my case records. Okay. So this one you can copy. This one also new one, right? That's why you can copy by the this bundle. Let's come to the here. Come to the LWC. At present, we don't have the any LWC components. Let's paste it. See here under this bundle will be the populated. Our code also be the populated by the here in this branch. GitHub desktop version. See here all will be the populated by the here. How many you are added in this branch here? In this branch here, all will be the automatically populated by the in your desktop application. So after done by the, all your files, how many files you are worked on the like LWC, Apex class, any trigger, all you can add it by the as for the this user story. As for user story, what you have did the modification, all those components you can add it by the here. Once done by the here, you can give it by the summary. You can give it by the, your story number, your team name. Okay, so a big team. Same name you can give it. Description, your wish. You can give it by the any kind of the description. Added case so LWC and Apex class like that. So you can give it by the your relevant to information to the here. After that, click on to the commit. Once you have to give it by the these two, click on to the commit. So once you commit by the here, it will showing to the publish to the branch. Please follow the steps one by one. After that, click on to the publish. Okay, before publishing, this branch will not be the appear in our GitHub. See here at present not showing that branch. This is the only showing the release branch only. Na? Our branch is the not appear. This is the our branch name. Abhignya team 789. This is the our branch name. So we are going to publish this branch. So once you click on to the publish, it will be the published by the our branch. So once published by our branch, here showing the create pull request. This is called the PR pull request. Okay. After publishing the your branch, let's come to the our GitHub. Let's refresh by the page. See here. This is our branch is the published now. From earlier we are created by the new branch here. From the here also we can create, but we don't have the this access by the real time. So that's why we can create the from the GitHub here only. Desktop application we can create by the one new branch. So after publish by the your branch, create the pull request. Click on to the create pull request. When you clicked on to the create pull request, it is automatically redirecting into the our desktop. Automatically into the our browser. Automatically redirecting into the our browser. Here showing the like this. So it is always showing the by default main only. Here by default showing the main only. So don't select the main. Very, very carefully here. If you mapping to the your data to the main branch, it will be the changes applied in the main branch. So don't touch the main branch anytime. We can add it by the our changes. These are the our changes in this branch. Na? we can add into the our release branch. This is the our release branch. So very careful to select. This is the our release branch. You can add it by the our changes. This is the our sub branch. That branch too we are adding by the release branch. What we are given by the title, what we are given by the description here appear. Okay. So it will showing the able to merge notification. So we can able to merge by the this branch to this branch. Okay. Once here you have done by the select by the your release branch. So here showing the reviewers option. Actually here we don't have the any reviewers. In the real time our team members names will be the appear. Once you click onto the here, you can search by the your team members name. That name will be the populated by the here. We can select by the our reviewers name, our team leader name, or who is the reviewing by the our code review persons. We can give it by the their names. At present we don't have it. We are not able to select by the anyone name. Once you have to select by the reviewers names, one or more you can select, at least one. We can select by the more than one also. You can add it by the reviewers here. Then come to the down, click on to the create pull request. Click on to the create pull request. Before creating the pull request, very careful to check it by the your changes. One more time you can check it. What are the files you are added? All those will be the populated properly or not. So once you have the verified, click on to the create pull request. So it is successfully created by the pull request. This is the first requested. That's why showing by the one. So in our company already anyone is created by the pull request. That number will be the showing automatically increasing by the one by one under this repository. Under this repository, we can create by the one by one. This is the our first, right? That's why it's showing by the our PR number, this one, pull request number, this one. After successfully created by the this PR, we can ask to the reviewer. So I created by the this PR. Please review and approve the this PR. So here it is showing the merge pull request. This option by default will not be the appear by the real time until the reviewer is the approved. Reviewer can review and approve it, then only this button will be the enabled in the real time. But we don't have any reviewers, right? That's why directly showing the merge pull request. So once reviewer is the reviewed and he can merge it, or we can also merge it after he can approved by the this PR. This PR he can approve. We can able also merge it. Once he can approve, it will showing to the merge pull request button will be the enabled. Okay, we can't directly enable by the real time. This button will not be the able to visible by the real time. Then anyone approved in our team members, or we are given to the reviewers, right? Any one of the reviewer approve it, then only this button will be the appear. So before merging to this one, we are merging to the this one, our branch to release branch. Our branch to release branch. So let's come to the before merging. Let's open by the our release branch. So go to the here force app main. This is the our release branch, right? Go to the here. So it's showing to the LWC. There is no files in this LWC. There is no files. And at the same time under this folder, it's not showing the Apex class also. First time, right? We are deploying the Apex classes. That folder also will not appear. When you are merging to this one, when you are merging to the this pull request now, then it is automatically this whole code will be the merged to the this one. Whole code means it will compare what is the existing one, what is the current one. What is the existing one, what is the current one. Compare, it will be the merge it only. It will override the only for the latest changes. Do not touch by the existing code, that one. In this branch, compared to this branch, what are the changes is the difference. That changes only the updated. Rest of the code will not be the updated from this branch. Okay, now let's click on to the merge full request. Click on to the confirm one more time. Once you confirm, here it is showing open now, automatically showing by the merged now. It is showing the merged. It is successfully merged by the our code into the main branch. Let's come to the here. At present not showing now. I am going to refresh by this page. See here, classes folder will appear in LWC. You can see the our folder case records in this HTML, JS. These all will be the appear. And back to the default. In the classes, we are added by the one class and metadata file. So like this, we can merge to the our code to the release branches. We are going to deploying our to the our release branch. Later deployment team, they can retrieve the this whole branch code and they can deploy. They can deploy by the this whole branch code. Okay. So up to now, what we have discussed means this is the new classes purpose. So already we have the one class. This is class, right? Earlier what we have discussed. So which class we are added? I think so. Contact class, right? This is the contact class in this branch. Okay. Now some other one. For example, you are worked on to the in the same class with the different method. So let's come to the our Visual Studio. So same class, contact details. So in the same class, I'm not touching by the existing person written code. As for the my user story, this is the one of the my user story. Now I'm going to mention by my user story name 777. Okay, here I'm adding by the public static void. So delete case something I am returning by the some syntax here. So here delete case. So for example, here we are going to select by the something case number like this. We are deleting by the this case one. So this is the our syntax. This is the as for the new requirement. I am returning by the new logic. Existing class only. Some other one is developed by this class. As for the requirement in this class, I am writing by the new logic now. This is our new logic. Now I want to publish by the this new class to the GitHub. This class to the GitHub. So how we are going to publish as of the my story is the new story. User 777, right? US 777. Again, back to the desktop. Again, select by the here new release branch. Don't select by the existing ones branch, release branch. From the release branch to we are cloning the our new branch. So in this already existing code will be the there. Already existing some other person will be the written. That code will be the there. Under this, you can select by the here new branch. Before going to select by the new branch, here showing any changes is applied in this na here you have to showing by the pull origin. You can select by the first this one. You can pull the any latest updated in the release branch. So once you pull by the our all updated branch details in this branch, some added by the LWC component and case details na. So that will be the you have the retrieve first. Okay, once you have to retrieve, this is the last to fetch just now. It will appear by like this. Then only you can create the new branch. Click on to the here from the release branch. Again, you select by the new branch. Release January. My story is the user 7777 Abhignya team. So click on to the create. Once you have to created the new branch, again open to the Visual Studio. So now in the Visual Studio, see here, this is the not available our code. So what is the my code? This is the newly written code, right? You just to copy the what you are did the changes only. Don't select by the whole code. Don't select by the whole code. You don't know na existing code what is there. Current code is 99%. Our code in the repository code both are not same. Both will be the not same. That's why what you have did by the what is the in your Visual Studio code in GitHub code both will be the mostly not same. Okay, real time. So that's why you can select by the your changes only. Only add it by the your changes. Don't touch to the existing logic any. Whole class don't copy and paste. As of the my requirement, I added by the this method. Now this method, you come to the here repository. In this class, you just to add it. So let's save. See here it is showing now. This is the new one. This is for the existing one. Don't touch by the any existing one. This is the newly added by the your code like this showing. Let's come to the after adding by the your changes again appear by the here in the Git. Okay. See here, this is the existing code. It's showing the white color. This is the newly added code, right? Like this. So after this, you have to verify the your changes. Give it by the here summary again. US 777 Abhignya team. So added the delete method. Just I am giving by the my comment. Click on to the commit. Once you click on to the commit, publish this branch. This newly branch is created in the desktop only, right? So that's why we can branch this can. Once you have the publish, it is showing the create a pull request. Once you click on the pull request, again it's redirecting to the our browser. So after that, we can add it by our changes into the release branch. So you can select by the here release branch. Okay. You can select by the release branch. Add it by the reviewers if you have. Otherwise, you click on to the pull request. Before going to click on to the pull request. So let's come to the our classes now. So this is the existing class, right? It is comparing. So what is the existing class? What is the new changes? It will be the compare. It will replace by the new changes only. It will not. It will add by the new changes only. It will not change by the any existing code. Okay. At present, not showing the delete method here in the release branch. In the release branch, not showing now. So let's come to the here. Click on to the create pull request. So it is successfully created. It's showing the second one. Now we are created another pull request now. This one, second one. First one is the some X person is created. Second one is I am created. Let's assume. Okay. Now here we can merge it. After that, we can merge it to the main branch. It is successfully merged here showing by the merged. Later, you can come to the here. It's not showing now. Refresh by the here. See here now, delete method also be the added as per the my user story. Okay, so like this, how many members are working in the team? Each one created by their own branch. That branch code is the adding to the release branch. So in the January release, we have to add it by in the January release. If you February release, you can add it by our code into the February release. What we have did the changes. If it is fresh new class or LWC component or Aura component or flow, or you can directly copy paste. Otherwise, if you added by the any changes, you know, right, already we developed by this code. Later testing team will be the tested. They can raise the some bugs. Based on that, we are modify the code. Again, don't copy paste by the code. What you did by the changes, that code only you can add it. That code only you can add it. Okay. So once that you can add it by the here, it will be the merged by the your code. Okay. So this is the way to we are deploying into the real time. Most of the interview questions also they are asking which tool you are using for the deployment, how to raise for the pull request, how to create the branch. Like these questions, we can get it right. So this is the way to we can set up by the GitHub, we can create by the repository, we can set up by the desktop. GitHub and how to create by the release branch and how to create by the branch and how to publish, and next is the how to merge by the our code. So this is the GitHub setup and connecting to the our Salesforce or to the our Salesforce code to the GitHub, publishing to the GitHub. Okay. I hope it's clear how it was the set up by the GitHub and how to publish the our code. Thank you. Stay tuned for the more real-time scenarios. Thank you, guys.